Okay. Now Brian was above ground and below ground this time. Okay, so this was the problem. Okay, Brian was above ground. Brian was above ground and below ground. Brian was above ground and below ground. Okay, now. Okay, I'm confused. Why is there 3 people? That says 3 people there. Uh-oh. Shows 3 people there, guys. Why is there 3 people there?
It's not underground.
That one is underground. Now there's 2 people above ground. 3 people underground. Why is it showing 3 people underground? 3 people are underground, 1 person is above ground. If you have underground privileges, don't go above ground. If you have underground privileges, do not go above ground. Okay, now there's 3 people above ground. 3 people above ground, 3 people underground. Don't be on both, okay? Above ground, below ground. Above ground, below ground. Okay, Stephanie saw 3 people also. Okay, but that's underground. Okay, so somehow, we don't know. Now there's 4 people above ground. I need you to stay underground. 4 people are above ground, 3 people are underground. 3 people are underground, now 5 people are above ground. Do you see what I'm saying? This is where it gets, now there's 6 people above ground. For God's sake.
So they're all
Now there's 6 people above ground, and there's 4 people. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? They're outpacing us. They might think it's a game, but this is no game. You guys might think now there's 4 people underground. 4 people underground and 6. If you're underground, please comment. How is that even possible?
Those are public. Is that public?
It shouldn't be.
It's gotta be. It's only you and me.
Stephanie does see what you're seeing. Okay, how is there? Okay, this is faulty readings. There's 5 people above, 6 people above ground, 3 people underground. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? It's 10 o'clock in the afternoon, 10:18,
In the morning.
and the chief dyad, Brian and Trudy, would still be trying to build teams. The whole goal is not having to build dyads and triads and core teams. Does that make sense? Now there's 7 people above ground. They're outpacing us. This is the problem. Do you know of anyone that Stephanie, do you know of anyone that you can leak this video to that isn't a dyad, triad, or core team? Don't ever send this video out. You'll be blocked if you do. You're not allowed to share this video, that link, to anyone except underground. Good. Okay, so it's stabilizing above ground. There's only 6 people there. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So
More is less is more.
So this YouTube video is only to friends?
Okay, so
Can't be.
this one is, that one is not. There's no friends on Facebook. There's circles. Stephanie would never share anything unless he or she asked. You can't use the word you. It's a pronoun. You is actually for the outer you of the rim. You is outside of the inner core and out of the core. It's you is only you looking out. You is a pronoun used by AI, by artificial intelligence, to explain anything outside of AI. You. In the book of links. Okay, so guys, so there's 8 people now on public. So this is the problem, Stephanie. I'm going to just talk to you. And Trudy, we have got to find better people. Do you see how there's 8 people there that aren't chatting? Now some of them might think this is a game. Some people might think it's just funny to harass people. We don't know. We don't know what they're doing because they're doing their own narratives, right? Who was a 3rd person on YouTube? Well, Brian probably is coming up as a 3rd person, maybe.
You're not on YouTube over there.
So, again, they think it's funny. Okay, they think it's funny to put people down. They think it's funny to harass people. They think it's funny to make multiple accounts. Okay?
Can I have my other phone so I can troll Facebook?
Troll Facebook?
So I can watch your Facebook account and YouTube.
There's no one. I dropped it all levels. So Facebook is dropped to the basement. Okay, the elevator is dropped to the basement on Facebook. No one can access Facebook right now. Stephanie, you're not even part of the inner core or outer core. So the problem is no one's here from the inner. It's not bad. It's not bad. You're enjoying some elements of the underground right now. You're safe away from the troll. You should be safe away from the trolls right now. So just keep talking as much as you can. But this is the reason. Now you can see 9 people are above ground. Okay? They're either 9 accounts or one person that has 9 accounts. We don't really know. I mean, there are ways to find out, but it's so hard to figure that stuff out for people like me because I'm having a hard time turning on my phones half the time. Okay, and if there's one good person out of the 9, we ask you to contact my wife or myself to let us know that, because in the mind it's proving that there's more bad people than good people. If you could let us know that you're there in some way, please let us know you're there, because as you can see, 9 people or 9 accounts are trying to go against Brian's 2 accounts. So Brian's 2, and there's 9 against 2 accounts and 3 people. 2 accounts right down.
So what's this account you're talking about with 9 people on it?
YouTube.
Oh, so you've got 2 YouTubes.
I've got 2 YouTubes, one above ground and one below ground. One above ground and one below ground. One above ground and one below ground. One above ground. Can I see that written somewhere? Okay, where's life? Okay, guys, this is not a game. Okay, this is not a game. This is not a game. They think it's a game, that's fine. This is not a game. This is serious. There are people that are ending their life. They think it's funny. People are ending their life because how they're treated online. People are shooting up places because of how they're treated online. This is no game, okay? So we're asking the 3 of us to try to figure out how we can get, because we can't do it, but we're just for free. We have to make sure that we can build dyads, triads, and core teams to get against this false narrative out there. And the false narrative, there's some bad people out there telling people to do some bad things. And unfortunately, if you're not real stable, you could give in to these people. And they think it's funny. They think it's funny that someone lights himself on fire or someone goes into. They think it's absolutely funny. The problem is the system soon won't even let us talk to one another because they're so busy trying to build out goals. The only way you can get rid of all the trolls is rebuild another platform from the ground up. Build it, behaviors, components, and resources, and not allow anyone to be anonymous. That's the only way to overcome this. And Brian's been saying that for 20 years. Well, actually, Brian didn't anticipate that. He just knew that they were building programs along, and so he tried to develop what's called the Approach Coach program. But he never thought in a million years that people would be so devious. But if you would have listened to Brian 20 years ago, you wouldn't have this problem today. So, okay. So look, the clock is ticking. It's 18 minutes right now. We have 45 minutes, okay? We're not on Periscope, okay? That's a good thing. We're not on Periscope right now. Okay, Brian was exactly right about people ending their life because of the bullying. Exactly. So this is, we're the ones trying to prevent it. We are the ones. We can't prevent someone to end, but we can create an environment where people don't want to jump off a bridge, okay? Unfortunately, we all want to jump off bridges. Okay, but look at this. We all, you know what our goal is? Every day our goal is to build dyads, triads, and core teams. People that are really want to help people. Not people that are just there for entertainment. That's why we have multiple layers. We don't have time to go on public just to be someone's entertainment. And this was why we were charging people. But again, we can't charge anybody because we thought of it as whatever. So that's why I have to work for free and you all have to work for free. You have to work for free. I'm sorry, because we don't have resources. Anyway, it's a long story. We have to think in our mind, we don't need money. We need no money. Okay, we don't need money. Actually, we don't. The problem is we don't. Money is fake, but it's a narrative that's caught on over the years. Okay, money doesn't really exist. It's a fabrication. It's a false narrative. But we're so believed in it that the problem is that everyone believes in it, so everyone uses it. And therefore, that's what gives us the power. Money would have no power. Money would have no power, but only the power we're giving it. Currency, okay? Stephanie understands. Okay, Stephanie understood at 10:26 that morning. Stephanie understood. So, okay. So again, we're enjoying the luxury of being underground, but we're still not a core team. Does that make sense? We've got either 8 accounts on here. They're probably duplicated on Periscope, maybe.
Yeah, I just wrote an interesting one.
You wrote an interesting one?
Trudy on the public. Trudy said, interesting that people hate Brian so much but still watch his broadcasts.
Right.
Sadistic and cowardly behavior.
Right.
That's a Trump thing.
Yeah, that's good. See, out of eight accounts, they weren't
Well,
using their accounts.
eight
Now,
comes down.
wouldn't it be nice if someone used 8 accounts to be nice to Brian? But they don't. That's what they do. Usually, they create 8 accounts. There's probably not 8 accounts, but there's probably at least a few people there. We don't know.
4 people duplicate accounts.
Okay, the problem is they would duplicate to give the illusion that you were all alone, to give the illusion that there's more people in the world that were hateful and mean. This is the problem. They were doing a magic trick. They were pretending that the world, they were trying to make people think that the world was a bad place, which it was a bad place. But the problem is they were making anyway, Brian had a lot to say that day, but again, the problem is, guys, okay, the problem is Brian cannot be, all you had to do is tell that you're online and you give access to the underground right now. You give access. You can get access right now. You can get access to the underground. All you would have to do is say who you were. Okay, you didn't have to pay money. You didn't have. That was an old. Brian had to change the narrative because they said he was fake. He was a scammer, so he couldn't. He couldn't even charge his time for his time. Okay. So good. There's only 5 people there, or 5 accounts. Okay. Anytime. It's a lot of numbers and then we beat back. That's a good thing, okay? So, the problem is sometimes there's good people that are caught up in that. So Brian would then do something here.